that we didn't do before the break.
What didn't we do?
There was this Malcom X audio.
Oh, yeah.
Can you play it?
Sure.
I don't hear
I'll bring it
anything.
up. I'm gonna grab it.
Your
real
computer's
quick.
been running like shit all night.
I know. Well,
Oh.
it's computers for you.
Yeah, I guess.
So this is some Malcom X audio. Some fucking interview he did way back when.
Mr. Malcolm, you have suggested that there are all
He looks pretty
kinds
smart,
of
no?
movements in Harlem growing that you...
Are you saying that because he has glasses and a suit on? Let's start this
Well,
with
yeah,
the
I don't know. Maybe, yeah, I
Here,
guess so.
Check this out.
Sorry, is that smart? That smart people usually look like that, right?
Not necessarily. Here we go.
Let's hear 'em.
Minister Malcolm, you have suggested that there are all kinds of movements in Harlem growing that you and I don't know about.
Oh yes, frustration itself has been sufficient. All that was necessary to make Negroes realize the importance of banding together, and Negroes are banding together.
Banding together in what kind of movements?
Different kinds of movements, all kinds of movements, and they remain almost invisible. They remain almost unknown, but yet they are there. When I say invisible, I mean invisible in the sense that their existence is unknown, and no matter how much you try and track them down, you can't find them. And never try and find them through the Negro leaders. The Negro leaders are famous as apologists. If you recall, one of the most famous Negro leaders in 1959 was asked by you about the black Muslim movement. And he said he knew nothing about it. And the next moment you flashed a picture on the screen with him shaking hands with me. So if you will recall. So this is their policy. This is their attitude or their reaction. They never know what's going on in the Negro community.
And what form will the activities of these various so-called invisible movements take in Harlem this summer?
An example, Commissioner Murphy. Almost every statement that Commissioner Murphy makes would give you the impression that he's encouraging the police, rank-and-file policemen, that to take whatever method or measures necessary to hold the Negroes in check. He feeds the type of statistics to the white public to make them think that Harlem is a complete criminal area, that everyone is prone toward violence. This gives the police the impression that they can then go and brutalize the Negroes or suppress the Negroes or even frighten the Negroes. Whenever something happens, 20 police cars converge on one area. This doesn't frighten Negroes. So it means that someone is misinforming.
I'm sorry, I think it's funny you keep saying Negroes. Is that bad? Is that bad?
Well, it's just funny to you in historical context.
Yeah,
because,
right.
like,
You got it. You nailed it, right.
Nobody says it anymore.
Yeah, that's what it is. But he's
why,
speaking about it so like it's such a proper way of saying it.
Well, that was then, I think.
That's why it's funny to me, I think.
Or at least and also, he's a guy that had pretty strict fucking socio-political views, and maybe for him, I don't really know enough to say for sure, but maybe for him, that felt like the word to use. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. I wasn't alive then.
That he would not use 4 years ago, or that the former policeman Kennedy would not use. And this force that is so visible in the Harlem community creates a spirit of resentment in every Negro. They think they're living in a police state, and they become hostile toward the policeman. They think that the policeman is there to be against them rather than to protect them. And these thoughts, these frustrations, these apprehensions automatically are sufficient to make these Negroes begin to form means and ways to protect themselves in case the police themselves get too far out of line.
I want to play that last. Hang on. Shut up with your stupid.
I'm done laughing.
laughing.
It's just really funny to me. I can't help it.
In ways to protect themselves in case the police themselves
Hold on a second.
are sufficient to
Listen
make these Negroes begin to form means and ways to protect themselves in case the police themselves get too far out of line.
Okay, now this was before Malcom X realized that black and white people were
The same, right?
in the same plight.
Right.
Yeah. So he's
because it sounds like right now that he's only sticking up for like black people,
the
right?
The
Negroes, right?
Yeah.
But then you're saying he figured out that everybody is not part of that, and
well, no, later on, right before he was killed, coincidentally.
Okay,
it's just coincidence.
What do you know about that?
Not a lot actually, because I have to admit, that's part of where I'm pretty like part of white culture in my like conspiracy research. I didn't go after Malcolm X.
Me neither.
Yeah, I mean that's kind of embarrassing actually now that I think about it. But
I guess I kind of always thought it was true until a certain stage of everything is fake. You kind of go
Well,
back.
and also like it's pretty suspicious that he gave a few public addresses where he said, wherein before I kind of separated black and white culture. I don't really want to even try to paraphrase, but from what I remember, it's like he pretty much came around to the idea that we have a common oppressor, regardless of race. So whereas he was for a long time focused on the oppression of African Americans or Negroes, as he refers to them, then he came around to the idea that we, like I said, we need to fight the common oppressor, and that's when he was killed. So,
I wish we had that footage.
What footage?
Of him speaking in that fashion.
See if you can find that. I don't know.
Okay.
Yeah,
but
that'd be cool.
That's gonna take too long.
Well, we could talk about something else till she finds it.
We'll talk about it some other time.
Yeah, we can come back to Malcolm X.
Yeah, we can come back to it. So, why don't you find us that, and I'll take us on down the road in another direction. So that was Malcom X.
Did you know? Did you want to say something about that, Max? He was horrific. Yeah, sit down. He said he was horrifically murdered.
Hang on.
You turn that up.
Box mic. Yeah, no, he was horrifically murdered, wasn't he? He was doing a public speech, and he was like, it was ambushed by men with shotguns.
I'm
and
so embarrassed. I don't know.
Were they
about
white
Malcolm
dudes,
X.
like CIA dudes?
No, dude, it was a bunch of Negroes. What do you think? Yeah, of course,
I don't
it was
know,
a
man.
bunch
I don't
of
know.
fucking white guys.
Just like us, mofos.
What do you got?
Seriously. No, but I'm pretty sure he was.
Well, first his house was firebombed, but
Yeah.
that didn't
What
kill
does
him.
there
that
were
mean? What does
multiple
firebomb
murder
mean? What does that
attempts.
mean? What's a firebomb?
It's
You know, like
Bomb that fucking shoots
Like-
fire.
Like a Molotov or some shit?
Yeah.
Is that what that is?
what did they say? Is Hadouken. You know, like
That's
firebomb.
Ryu.
Oh, Ryu, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, it says he was shot to death.
Yeah, he was.
I don't know, it doesn't
Yeah, no,
really say.
I
I,
know.
was
mean, it was in
bludgeoned
front of a
with
bunch of people.
shotguns.
I know he was shot.
Was he
Yeah.
shot or was he bludgeoned?
He was bludgeoned with shotguns.
With their bullets.
Bullets, yeah.
Right, not their
He was bludgeoned
actual.
with
He
shotgun
wasn't like.
bullets.
Bludgeoned
they
with
didn't- when you say bludgeons with shotguns, it sounds like they just stood there and just beat him with their shotguns till he
This is
died.
Yeah,
great.
that's what I
You know,
meant.
I know
Oh.
so much about like conspiracy history and everything. I know nothing
Me
about
neither,
Malcolm
man.
X. It's fucking
It is embarrassing.
pitiful, dude. It's fucking embarrassing, and I know that's a product of quote unquote white culture, and it is. Sometimes you have to admit it. It's like, why else would we not know about this?
Yeah, right.
This guy,
Well, no,
like,
but I mean, history is just so vast too. You can't know everything about everything.
This article says that it was a 22-year-old
but I do
Negro
know
that killed him.
Wait, hey, she said it was a black guy who shot this dude.
was it?
Get the fuck
Thomas
out of here.
Hagen.
Yeah.
22-year-old Negro.
I would have thought it was a James Earl.
That's
Ray.
what the
Everybody
article
stop
says.
saying Negro for a second, please.
No.
It's too hilarious. Why is this so hilarious to my fucking
I don't know,
psyche?
because
It's
you know
such a
why?
weird thing.
Because when we were growing up, it
Yeah.
was just out of that era, and people were just starting to try to go, no, you got to say African Americans, and people pretty much rejected that of all races. They're like, that takes too long.
Do you know
No,
why?
because I grew up
I'm
around.
not saying that, like
Yeah. No, I grew up around like racist families and stuff like that, and I don't know. My family wasn't really that racist. Like I had black friends and stuff growing up when I was a little Negro.
But
Look at you.
You know why?
I was
don't-
very
okay, here,
progressive.
check this out.
I hung out with black kids.
Do you know why? Do you know why I never agreed with calling black people African Americans? Because when you think about it, they probably don't like being called that. You know what I'm saying? Would you want to be called that? I wouldn't. Fuck
There's
no.
European American.
I don't like being called that.
No, yeah. I
I
mean,
don't like being like that's weird. I don't like it's like a weird thing.
no,
what do you
there's,
like to
Yeah,
be
well,
called?
because it's not what you are.
Do you like being called a Caucasian?
No.
No, it's
I
just a
don't give a
silly
fuck.
word.
I don't know. I'm not anything. I'm white. When people ask me what I am, I just say I'm white.
You're white.
Yeah,
Just white.
because I am.
No, the best thing that I ever heard.
I agree.
I was out for dinner with one of my friends, and he had like a little son, and like we were just talking about politics or some shit, and like we were eating eggs or something like that, and like he just asked his son, he goes, Benny, are you a Republican or a Democrat? And he goes, I'm just a person. You know what I mean? Like little kid, the mouths of babes.
All right. Fuck you.
Did the kid start moving things with his brain? Shortly after, or what?
What?
Yeah, they always
Then
do
he was
that.
firebombed
Firebombed.
Yeah.
shortly after.
Which we don't know what that means, but it's a bomb that's a fire, makes fire, I guess.
It was definitely a retaliation, though.
Did you find anything on the fucking guy or what?
No,
She forgot halfway
they
through.
don't know. I'm reading the story of his death, and there's a lot of details about the police. There were other people that were shot at the same time. He was hit 7 times by bullets. But there's not a lot about the guy who actually did it.
All right, whatever. We're gonna have to move on.
Yeah.
Fuck.
Oh well, we'll do Malcolm X another time.
All right. Well, fuck you guys.